So Donald Trump had the nerve yesterday to go on Fox News, the Mark Levine show, and claim that because he ordered a military strike from thousands of miles away where he was never in danger, that somehow that makes him a war hero. And Mark Levine, the ultimate Trump cultist, later went on Twitter and offered some dumb long rationalization as to why, in fact, Donald Trump is a war hero. And let me tell you something. First of all, neither Levine nor Trump ever served in the military. In fact, Donald Trump had his chance in Vietnam, but he's a notorious draft dodger who had his dad bribe a foot doctor to lie and say that he had bone spurs so he could get out of it. Okay, number two, nobody who's actually a hero is ever going to say, I'm a hero, I'm this, I'm that. Humility is the key for actual heroes, and if you hear somebody saying that, you know they're lying. Number three, what Donald Trump said was a slander to actual war heroes, which I've seen, so I'm here to speak on their behalf. A real hero is someone like the civilians in Ukraine who saw 200,000 Russian soldiers descending on that country like a literal Mongolian horde with thousands of tanks, artillery pieces, air superiority, and everything else that goes along with an invading army. And even though they never touched a rifle in their life, never been in the military, never shot a gun, they decided, I'm going to take this rifle and I'm going to stand in my position and fight and risk my life and die, possibly. Another type of heroism that you see all the time in Ukraine is when you have a frontline position, a soldier in a trench. He's got a family, he's got a baby, he's got a wife at home. And he knows that if he stays to cover his buddy's retreat so they can get home to their families, he's going to die. But he does it without hesitation. That has happened thousands of times in that country. Real heroism is all of the women who also, too, have their own families back home, who are serving in frontline stabilization points, combat infantry roles, and everything else. That is heroism. And I want to speak on the heroism of the journalists who've been killed and tortured by Russia because they dared to speak the truth for justice, for freedom, and for the future of their democracy, as well as the people under the dark midnight of Russian occupation in eastern Ukraine. Those people who still wear the Ukrainian flag and get tortured and killed for it, those people are heroes. Don't you ever put that name or that word coming out your mouth, Donald Trump, because you wouldn't even stand up to Vladimir Putin in Alaska. It makes me insanely angry to hear this. I've seen what heroes are, and this sort of shit is not you. You're an embarrassment, you're a clown, and you make America look ridiculous. That's all I got to say.